Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Front Row Esports here for our second pit party of the season. Um, got some few things to talk about tonight as we are getting ready to kick off Daytona, the first points race of the Front Row 2023 season. I know I'm excited. I know Tan is excited. Got a lot of awesome drivers in this thing tonight. It's going to be a heck of a show. I'm looking forward to it. Truson Productions is going to be bringing it to you all live as drivers are going to be stepping into their cars here in roughly about 10 minutes. Practice will be kicking off. They will have about 2 hours to get themselves ready to go and take the green flag at about 9 o'clock Eastern time tonight. So we got Tana Moore here joining me along with Chris Carroll as well. And we are going to have a little pit party and get you all caught up on what happened in the past week and get ready to kick this show on the road and have a good time.
I'm super excited to get it rolling. We're going to be here every week, right? Same place,
Yep.
same time. We'll be going live about 6:45 Eastern, 5:45 Central. Usually every Friday night. If we're racing that night, then we will be doing a pre-race show for Front Row Next Gen Cup Series. Tonight, Tom mentioned it, first points paying race of the season, Daytona, baby. It's the Daytona 312, aka Daytona 500. I'll probably call it that a few times tonight. It's our biggest race of the season, though. Going into tonight, it's the race everybody wants to win, and everybody has a great shot to win. I think. I mean, when it comes to speedway racing, we're joined by none other than our post hitter of the night, Mr. Christopher Carroll, otherwise known as Big Ugly. Chris, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing pretty good, Tanner. I'm looking to get on that track and get the show on the road, my man.
So I heard, folks, you have to bear with me. I'm trying to turn Carroll up. Thought we had all this taken care of earlier. We'll check his audio up in a minute on that.
He's pretty quick on that, Tom.
Yeah, he is.
But so you called your first race with us, Carroll, the duel number 2. You actually set up in the booth. You called the race with us, your first time ever. Give us your thoughts from seeing it from the broadcast point of view.
Well, it's a totally different perspective, Tanner. When you're in the car, you're constantly trying to pull in information and trying to figure out what you want to do to get yourself into a spot to be in a position to win at the end. In the broadcast, I mean, the end is the end. It's anticlimactic. It's a little, it's a little nerve wracking trying to keep the audience, informed and doing that stuff. And then it just comes to an end. There's no win. There's no, there's no climax. It's just the show is over and you're on to the next one. So it's a little different. It's a lot of fun having guys like you and Tom around me can steer me in the right direction, and it's a lot of fun, man.
So there was an ongoing joke last time you was in the booth talking about Brian Zimmerman. You know I had to bring it up here. Now you're sharing a track with Brian Zimmerman tonight. Y'all both actually starting up towards the front. You're on the pole. Zimmy is starting, I don't know, somewhere up there. Tom will tell us in a minute. So you're gonna have teammates up front and Wellman too. So what's it looking like for you tonight? What's the strategy you think when the green flag falls for Chris Carroll and company?
Well, Mike Tyson said everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Right.
I try and stay up front and try and stay around there, but you got to feel out the race. You know, your plan changes. You got to be able to audible. You got to be able to make changes to the car. You got to be able to make changes to the drivers around you, to what they're doing and what you think they're trying to do. And you got teammates mixed in there. You got race cars all over the place and chaos happening. So you try and stick to a plan the best you can. I mean, the best thing is strategy. Strategy usually can pull you through some of the mess that happens out there and some of the audibles you have to make. But I mean, if you got teammates around you, it makes it a lot easier, and sometimes it can make it harder. I mean, you guys know that with teammates there, you can have problems with teammates trying to help them too much and get yourself in bad spots. So you got to try and manage all of that. Plus, your race car's all over the place, and it's getting loose and it's getting tight. So there's a lot going on out there, Tanner. You got to just try and manage all of that stuff the best you can.
So you just said you got to play chess and everybody else playing checkers, right? You got to, if you come into tonight with a game plan where you're already behind the ball, basically, because very rarely does the night ever go according to plan, especially on these super speedways, right? But having teammates out there, that's a big help, Tom. I know you're part of the biggest team out here, nine cars deep tonight.
So yeah, we are about 8 to 9 cars in the field tonight for Front Row Jummy Motorsports. Originally, put it this way: we had a game plan going into the duels last week because most of us were in the same duel. So we had a game plan, and by lap 2, the game plan was out the window. So be honest,
Mike
tonight,
Tyson.
we have no game plan. We're gonna go out there and it's 125 laps. You have to make it through that final stage, make it through that final pit stop, and then try to maybe start finding your teammates and figure out what you're gonna do from there. So that's kind of our plan for the night. But speaking of teammates, though, you do have 3 teammates there starting what first, second, and fourth for Five Kings Motorsports for tonight. So at the start of the race, teammates might be a good thing. You know,
Absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
yeah.
I think they can be annoying at the end, right?
Mhm.
It's really annoying racing against a teammate on a short track or plate track. When you start racing there at the end, hard racing, it can be annoying racing teammate. But
Mhm.
I think all of us agree. The last 5 or so laps tonight, I don't think we have a teammate out there, right? I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. We'll be buddies leading up to that point, but after 5 to go, I don't necessarily have a teammate out there in the field much more.
yeah. After you get down a few laps to go, the gloves are off, and it's you just gotta let it all hang out the window, so to speak.
It's Daytona. I mean, it's it's what will you do? What will you do? What are you gonna do to win Daytona, the first race of the season? What will you do?
Mhm.
You're gonna find out tonight. I mean, you'll find out
Exactly.
what somebody's gonna do tonight. Uh,
Yeah.
Carol, what do you think? Daytona. I mean, teammates out there late in the race. How's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's co-opetition. I don't know who coined that phrase way back,
I've never
but
heard that. That's very, very nice. I like
That's
that.
new. Yeah, I like that phrase.
yeah, that was coined way back somewhere. But it's you're trying to help your guys get the best finish they can, but in the end, we're all racing for the win, right?
Bingo. Right.
Sometimes when you can pull a good move on a teammate for a win, that one stings a little, and it's even more fun. So you gotta, it's you gotta have teammates that are understanding. I think, Tanner, because sometimes you got to make a move when you don't want to make a move. You want to help your teammate, but you got to get in line or you got to get in a lane that's moving.
You got to do what's best out of
And
your windshield, right?
yeah, you can only help them so much. And at some point, you're going to have to leave each other to do something to win. And,
Right.
there's a lot of guys out there that aren't good teammates that don't understand that. And there's a lot of guys out there that do. And, you got to try and surround yourself with those kind of guys that understand racing and that we're all racing for the win. But in the end, it can be good and it can be bad, and there's a lot of dynamics that goes into a team. And at the end of the day, Daytona, one guy's going to leave happy, and the rest of them are going to leave on the hook upset. So,
Right.
you got to be able to be mentally prepared for that and try and make the best moves to try and be the guy that isn't in the fence in the end.
Right. So, I mean, teammates are great until they're not, right? And
Mhm.
there's a special phrase. If you're in my channel, if I start saying I love my teammates, they already know, like, I'm getting aggravated at somebody in front of me, right? I'm saying it out loud just like I don't. It's basically my woosah moment, right? I love my teammates, love my teammates. But, I mean, it's part of it. It's part of racing. But I'll be honest, Carol, so y'all are racing with us this season, right? Front row and BPO. Y'all are representing us, Five Kings Motorsports. There's nobody I want to beat more than somebody that's on my team. Honestly, I mean, you said cooperation. What was the word you coined? I don't even know if I can even pronounce
Competition.
it. Cooperation.
Competition. Yeah.
Right. So
Can you spell that, Tanner?
no, not even close.
Yeah,
We're still
just
waiting on gaggle for you. Okay, we can go off. We can go behind the scenes if you want to. We're still waiting on gaggle. In all seriousness, though, like I want to beat everybody, right? But I want to beat my teammates too. And that may sound selfish, but I'm gonna take care of my teammates also, though. So like I can say I want to beat y'all, and y'all kind of trust me with that because I'm also gonna take care of you too, right? Whereas some others on the team may not, And like you mentioned,
And
there's good teammates, bad teammates.
and the thing is, like, in speaking of teammates, I know for me, and I know you guys at Five Kings are the same way. Teammates are the ones you're gonna race the hardest. Plain and
Absolutely,
simple.
absolutely.
So it just kind of comes with the territory. If you're my teammate, I'm gonna side draft you. You can only fit a piece of paper between the cars. I mean, it's just how it is because teammates are the ones you're supposed to be able to trust and know how they drive. So yeah.
Right. I know we also got somebody racing us tonight. Larry Bell just won his first, what is it, VRX World Cup race on Saturday. So congratulations, Mr. Larry Bell. I know you won at Daytona.
Yeah.
So looking for the 46 car to be out there causing havoc again tonight. super excited to see the old man getting one. Wish I would have been there for that one because I missed that one. So, just want to send a huge shout out to Larry. Tom mentioned it earlier. Stages. What are our stages tonight, Tom? We're racing just like NASCAR, baby. What are the stages?
So tonight we got 125 laps total. So your stage 1 is going to be lap 30. Stage 2 is going to be 65. And the final stage will be 59 laps to bring us home to that checkered flag. And like normal, like all the races here at Front Row, they got 75% fuel. So you can get 30 laps out of a tank of fuel out of the draft. So in the draft, we're looking to possibly squeeze 32 to 34 laps.
So that first stage is definitely makeable, is what I'm hearing.
You can definitely makeable. So stage 2 going to be close, and stage 3 definitely not. So it's going to be interesting. Going to be some tire strategies, taking tires, not taking tires, and fuel. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
So stage 1 is flying at lap 30. Stage 2, lap 65, and that's going to allow from lap 66 to 125 to be a 59-lap shootout in that final stage. And we may or may not brought out calculators to do 125 minus 66 earlier. May or may not have. But
yeah, we'll leave that up to you to decide.
But there is 59 laps in that final stage, just long enough to be chaotic, right? I feel like there's two strategies when you come to plate racing, right? You're one of those guys who want to be up front, least amount of cars out your windshield, right? That least amount of risk. Or you want to be somebody far way back and kind of branched off away from the lead pack, right? So if a wreck does occur, you can get the car slowed down and you're not going to be involved in it, right? So I think y'all kind of know my answer. I ride in the back now, right? I used to really, really frown upon that, but now, like especially with points on the line, if you're not guaranteed to be on that front within like the front 4 or 5, being anywhere else is in the hornet's nest, right? So I used to frown upon people that rode in the back, but that is by far my go-to strategy if points are on the line for sure.
What made you change your mind, Tanner, on that?
I don't know. I really don't know. Went into BPL last season at Talladega. It was or Daytona, one of the two, right? It was a playoff race, and that was the first time I truly rode around in the back and didn't care to be like not a part of anything, right? And I don't know, it just kind of worked out for me that night. So the race is a lot less chaotic if you do it like that, right? But then you got to also know, okay, when's it time to go, right? So that's the hard thing about strategy, and you still get involved in wrecks, right? I mean, there's no tall tale sign to be not involved in a wreck at Daytona, right? It's just not a matter of when, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Like with the big one, it's going to happen. What about you, Carol? I think I heard you say, well, you want to stay up front as long as you can, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. But I mean, the race changes, drivers around you change, circumstances change, fuel changes, everything changes. So, I don't stick to a significant plan. I got a plan in my head that I'd like,
right,
that is ideal, and I change on how the circumstances change. So, to me, you got to be able to audible, especially at these places. It's so chaotic. I mean, you're under stress for 125 laps. It's 250 corners. You got guys inches from you. You make a mistake. You zig when you should have zagged, and you end up in the fence and taking 20 guys with you that are mad. So I mean, you got to play it out by ear and see who's where and what's happening on the track. And
you got to read the race. You got to read it.
Yeah, you have to read the track. You have to read the drivers. You have to read the race, and it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. And
one thing I want to touch on that, you talk about read the drivers. As drivers, we can tell when the intensity of like the energy of a pack, if it starts to get too high, you'll see a driver dip down low. They'll go down to the apron, right? They're like, okay, I'm backing out of this. And as drivers, we can sense that. We'll start to notice who's around us, who's shaking, who's moving and whatnot. And you can just tell, not every time, you can almost tell when that bomb's getting ready to blow up, right? And there's a lot of times you can't get out of it. You're kind of stuck there, right? So that's
40 guys' heartbeats go up at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever all it takes too is just one small mistake, right? One small bobble, and you got 20 torn up race cars right there. And like I've heard you mention before, Carol, the cars and track may be fake, but the racing's still real, right? We're still basically plate racing out here, same as what NASCAR's going to do this weekend, right? Same type of package down to the arrow. So, You just gotta just based on how you approach the race can dictate how your race goes or doesn't go. I rode on the back last night in a truck race and didn't make it to lap 5. So
Yeah.
that strategy don't always work either.
Yeah, like I did 3 A opens this week. 2 of them I started in the back, got wrecked out of. The one I did today, I started 6th and finished 10th. You guys are watching that one. So I mean, you never know. You could start up front and like our ARCA race Friday, the first wreck involved the leader, which took out a ton of cars. So I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
All right.
Yeah, I think you got to surround yourself with the guys on the track that you observe that seem to know what they're doing. That's the best you can do out there.
Exactly. Yep. And so, speaking of, we talked about teams and stuff like that and kind of say risk versus reward, right? What about, the draft in these cars and the side draft? These next gen cars have gone through a lot of changes since last season and coming into this season, we got a brand new build with these cars. We've all got some practice. I mean, what are your thoughts on these cars and the draft, Chris?
Well, I was going to let Tanner go first on that one. That's a big question to ask. I didn't like the way they drove last season. I didn't like the way they felt. I still don't like it on a lot of tracks. But the restrictor plate package seems to be big upgrade. There's a huge upgrade there. There's moves to be made. There's stuff you can pull in the draft. There's speed all over the track. So you're going to see guys pushing and tugging and side drafting, and there's different things we can do with the air now that we could not do before. And I like this package a lot. I think it makes for really good racing, and I think everybody in that pack can win, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely gotten the cars better than they were, last year for sure. They definitely still need some work. I mean, side drafting these cars is just kind of ridiculous. I mean,
it's a parachute. It's a parachute.
It really is.
One guy, we saw it. One guy could hang on you today, and nobody out back, nothing. You got cars lined up behind you, but this one guy can hang right on your quarter panel.
Yep.
Just because of side draft. It's just a parachute. Yep. You might as well throw an anchor off the back of your car.
Yeah. So there's times where it might be useful tonight. Other times it's going to hinder a lot of people. So you really have to, if you're going to use it wisely, but it could be detrimental too to the race. So
don't be the guy trying to side draft like Dale Earnhardt Jr. calls the big one, right?
Yep.
Just because they do it on Sunday, I mean we can do it on Fridays, right? Our race is a little different. It's a little different.
They don't have the internet delay that we have.
Exactly.
They don't have the connection problems we have. They don't have any net code.
Yep.
Bingo. Just had a message, Tom. What time is green flag tonight?
Green flag tonight is about 9:03 p.m. Eastern.
All right, so real people time, 8:03.
Real people time. Dan, we got to work on that. All right, just saying.
We actually have a special guest up in the booth with us. He sent me a message over on Discord, so I saw he was watching. Obviously, so it's time to jump on. Mr. Scotty Stevens, ladies and gentlemen. Scotty, come on in. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I don't know if I'm a special guest, just not a frequent flyer at this point. I don't guess.
All right. Well, definitely pretty special, right? You haven't been on here in like 4.5 months, something like that, 5 months.
Yeah, something like that. I think my last race was ran in October. Definitely excited to get this one underway.
Still ugly as can be with the voice, but I mean, it's...
Tanner, before we go forward here, Scotty's one of my favorite guys on here to race. We gone at it pretty close. I got a new nickname for him. He's out there in California doing his thing. I think we should start calling him the camper. That might stick. The camper, Scotty Stevens.
He's
I like that.
The boy shorts wonder.
It's the homeless vet out in California. That's the life I'm living right now.
For those who don't know, that's a true story. I mean, he's living in his truck camper right now.
Yeah, living in the back of my truck in Southern California. While on active duty, I'm living it up.
Life's great, huh? You gonna try to come?
I think we should thank that man for his service while he's
absolutely.
on here too.
Thank you. Yeah, give Scotty Stevens a round of applause. Thank you for your service, buddy. We appreciate it very much. We appreciate it. I'm surprised the Canadian was one of that thanked Scotty. That was
An important job, Tanner Marr. Doesn't matter what country you're from.
that was
There's not
nice.
a lot of
Good-
people that could do it, man.
Good job. Good job. Yeah,
I
Canadian.
like the way you think about it, Chris. I'm just saying. I like the way you think about it.
It's the truth, man. It's got to happen, and there's not a lot of people willing to lay down their lives for our freedoms. It's a very important thing, and nobody ever talks about it, Tom.
You are right. You are right. It's definitely under talked about for sure. It needs to be brought up a lot more, I think.
All right, so
Yeah.
Scotty.
And I'm back. Sorry.
Oh man, he sounds like
Oh, no.
R2D2.
We losing him?
I
That's a
think.
compliment.
Right.
I think Scotty's 10 megabyte internet is running out of bandwidth here.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Open sets tonight, guys. I mean, we've had a little bit of time to work on setups, right? I know you were actually still tweaking on one today, Tom.
Yeah.
Does setup truly matter at Daytona? Yes or no?
At Daytona, yes.
Just from the handling and stuff like that, not getting loose?
Correct. 100%. Yep. And you're gonna have you're gonna see cars tonight. I guarantee you're gonna
should
see cars.
Be coming back. I can.
Oh.
Can hear y'all for a minute.
Oh, you're coming back, all right. Coming back. You stepped right back on the UFO you came from.
Maybe they shot him down.
Yeah,
over the,
now we're trying to
Alaskan
figure out.
coast.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's go on to the Who Caused It segment. So for the ones that will tune in weekly, we're going to have little reoccurring segments that we're going to have. Tonight, it's only fitting to say who's going to cause the quote-unquote first big one. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Who's going to cause that big one? Tanner Mark's going to be so far away from the big one, it's not even going to be funny. Okay? All right, we'll be in trouble going a lap down, but lap 3, it's how far we're hanging back tonight, buddy.
Wow.
Y'all boys go ahead and have y'all's fun, and we'll try to be at the final stage. But in all seriousness, who caused it? Who caused the big one tonight? Daytona, the first one. There could be more than one, of course, but who caused the big one? Tom.
I'm glad you
Well,
picked him first.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
time out. Chris.
Tanner, you should know better than to open your mouth around Tanner Marr. Look at that impish
True.
grin that kid's got
Yeah,
on his face right now.
It's true.
I got to take him. That's it. I'm taking Tanner
Tanner
Marr.
Marr.
Final answer.
Okay.
He got so excited we picked Tom. We had to skirt, put on the brakes
Yep.
really quick.
Mhm.
Who you got? Oh, Tommy, Tulip Bow Tom.
So I think causing the big one tonight first, even though he's starting in the back, he's a very aggressive pusher at the plate tracks. Good plate racer, but very aggressive. I'm going to have to call that old Rodney Morrison there in the 69 car tonight.
Ronnie Morrison representing, what is it, 4X Racing?
4X Racing, yep.
You better hope Rodney Morrison is not on your back bumper and watch this telecast tonight, my man.
Well,
Man.
I'll find out in a minute if I get a text message from him, so,
Let's see. So that only leaves me, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go. I hate to do it. I'm going with a teammate.
No, you don't.
I'm going a teammate.
You going to Mark Arthur?
No, I'm going to Wild Man.
Ah, yeah.
I'm going to Wild Man Kyle Wellman on causing a big one tonight. And it may not happen, but that's my.
outside pole, so.
And if it starts up there, you can almost guarantee it's taking a lot of cars with it.
Okay.
You picked me, Carol? What's
Yep.
wrong with you?
You wore a hat on backwards on a broadcast. I'm picking you.
You saw why I wore this hat. This hair is nappy, son. Going every which direction but the correct one right now.
I don't see anyone jumping to your defense, Tanner.
And that's what I'm saying.
No, it's, yeah. You're absolutely wrong.
So R2D2, Scotty Stevens, are you here?
Didn't you hear me?
Sadly, but kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long you'll be able to hear me. I'm gonna have to get Ethernet cable found and hooked up. This Wi-Fi just not gonna cut it.
Brother, we talked 3 hours ago, and you were talking like you were going to Walmart. What happened?
I never went to Walmart. I had other things I had to do.
You got a little sidetracked, huh?
Yeah, I'm here fixing Mama's honeydew list.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Right. I was gonna say something, but I won't. I won't say it on broadcast. Never mind. You know it was coming, but I won't say it. I'll be nice here, Scotty.
Well, if you do anything while you're around,
4 months since you've been here racing with us, what would be a successful night for the number 2 car here tonight?
There's only one thing that
You're about to get reckless.
Successful. It's
Don't do
it's
it.
win it.
I knew it. You just put so that's
Look,
reckless.
It's there's no points involved for the O2 tonight or for the entire season. This may be a one and done race all year. Who knows? So it's records or checkers.
So in other words,
Can
what
I
you're saying,
can I change my pick for who causes the first big one? Okay, is that able to be changed right now?
You gotta be there at the end. You gotta be there at the end to win it. So I won't be the first big one for sure.
That's me. I
so
not gonna be near it.
So in other words, folks, what he's saying is look out for that O2, Scotty Stevens there, starting last on the inside row tonight. Look for him to be coming through the field.
Gonna look like Brad Keselowski at last year's Daytona 500, just hitting everybody.
Later in the race.
Tanner, you better hit him before
it's
he
a
hits
long
you.
one.
So, what about you, Tom? What's a successful night for you? If you walk away, and what spot? What are you happy with? I got a very simple answer. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
You walk away with a top 10, paying points at Daytona. You just won that race that night. If you can escape away with a top 10, that's a victory in my book. At Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, all of them.
I think for me, it's going to be a top 5 tonight. That's my goal for tonight. Top 5.
All right. So if Tom's running, if he's running 6, I'm gonna wreck him. Just so you don't. Right.
Well,
I agree
bring
with
it on.
Tom there. I race these places for points. I don't race Daytona, Talladega for wins. I'm trying to get as many points as I can get without killing a week and try and be smart and be there at the end. And if you're in a position to win, lots of times you get them.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So y'all are top 5. If I finish 10th tonight, I'm happy. I feel like I walked away from Daytona, survived, and took some points on women. Right. Also, stage points. Right. You paying top 10 finishers and stages, or how's stage points going out tonight or this season?
So stage points, just like last year, top 5 will be getting stage points. So you got to be in that top 5 if you want stage points.
If you say you come out and win stage 1 tonight, what do you get? How many points?
You get 5 bonus points plus 1 extra for winning the stage.
Oh, right. Okay. So, and then scoring format for the standings. Is it how's the playoffs going to go this year, Tom? As we are getting ready to wrap up shop here tonight. How's the playoffs and points and stuff going to be taken care of this season?
Yeah. So when it comes down to playoffs, the top 10 in the standings come playoffs, so obviously make it in. Then the next driver outside the playoffs with the most wins will get that 11th spot for the playoffs. And then getting that 12th spot in the playoffs is going to be a driver vote in the league. So anyone in Discord is going to be that runs the league is eligible for that driver's vote. Maybe, might be someone that might be trying
Tyler Clemis.
Teammates to help.
Clemis is going to win it.
You're going to vote Tyler Clemis? All right. Well, there you go. There's your pick, the number 11 spot tonight. Okay. All right. There you go.
All right. So are we still going to be normal playoffs, or it's going to come down to 4 at the end?
Yep. Come down to the final 4. Yep.
All right. Your championship 4 favorites going into Daytona tonight. Oh, Toilet Bowl Tom, you hit us with the first.
I'm going to have to go with our 2021 season champion, Mike Wood.
I got screwed out of that one, but it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Tanner, who you got?
I need 3 more from you, Tom. Championship 4 favorites.
Oh, championship 4. Let's see. I have to put Chris Carroll, Carl Lindstrom, and I'm going to go on a long shot and go with Mark Miller.
All right, that's your championship 4. Chris Carroll, championship 4. Who's your championship favorites going into tonight?
Are we picking just for tonight, or are we talking
No.
end of the season?
End of the season. Who are your championship 4? We go into the first points paying race of the season tonight at Daytona.
Well, you obviously got to go with Mike Wood. He's proven himself. Stephen T, I think, is another one. I think I'll take Brian Zimmerman as the third. And I will take Lindstrom as well for the 4th.
You didn't name yourself there, huh?
Nope. That's
All right.
bad luck, Tanner Mark.
Right?
It's true. It's true.
My championship 4, I gotta go Stephen T, of course. Zimmerman. So Stephen T, Zimmerman, Carroll.
You asked a question. You didn't think it out before.
I'm just trying to. We all got basically the same answers, right? So I'm just trying to think of somebody that we may have missed, right? So I got Steven, Zimmerman, Carroll.
What about Tom Freitas?
It's a possibility. It is a possibility.
I'm just trying to confuse him more because I like to make him squirm on the broadcast.
I'll put Buster in there. I'll throw Buster in there. So we got the same, about the
So
same
Mike
people.
Wood's been picked by everybody. So okay.
He's a retaining champ, right?
Yeah, Mike won 2021, and then Steven won last year.
So we got 2 champs in there.
So yeah.
And you got
Yeah.
2 coming in for the championship. So that'd be,
Yeah.
and if it works out like that, awesome, right? I mean, that's perfect. Tom, we went long here. We're going to be closing up shop. Folks, tune in at True Sim Productions over on YouTube, Twitch. That's it. YouTube, Twitch, yeah, YouTube,
and
Twitch.
tonight.
Look up True Sim Productions over on YouTube.com or Twitch.tv. Give us a thumbs up, a follow here on Facebook. Also, thumbs up that video broadcast live on YouTube tonight. It helps out a ton. Hit that subscribe button. Turn those post notifications on and all that fancy jazz. But until next week, it's Daytona 312 time here tonight. Tom, where we head next week?
Next week is going to be. I had it up and I don't have it up. Auto Club next week. So
Auto
that's gonna be a
Club.
nice wide and fast one.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. But for tonight, Daytona. Oh, wait. Who's your pick tonight, Tom? Rapid fire. Rapid fire.
Win.
Rapid fire.
Michael.
Scotty Stevens. You let me down.
Who?
Mike Wood.
Buster. Chris Carroll. Rapid.
I'm going to take a guy that's on a roll right now. Won a huge race a week ago. I'm going with Larry Bell. He's real good at those tracks. He's real underrated, real quiet. I want to take him.
You went Belsky. I got to go Mr. Restrictor Plate. Mr. Brian Zimmerman. He had a photo finish for the duel. Gonna see if he can come and go win another one here tonight live on True Sim Productions. Folks, want to thank y'all for tuning in as always. We will be back live every Friday night around 6:45 Eastern, 5:45 Central, something like that.
Yep.
Maybe a few minutes early, a few minutes late. Never know. But for myself, Tom Freitas, Chris Carroll, or Toilet Bowl Tom, as he is more originally known by. Until next time, we'll see ya. You like Toilet Bowl Tom reference there at the end? It stuck, didn't it?
Good.
Thank you, folks. Tune in. We will see y'all next time.